Welcome everyone to the video, and I am looking for the notes. I am back from vacation and had a nice trip in Florida. Excited to come back to you guys and come back to the notes. So as you can see, we have a patch coming with a huge update, lots of changes. They are going to change damage scaling, which I'm curious to see how that's going to be. It's going to be an attack-defense ratio. It's going to be a multiplier of stats and ratio, the damage found in abilities to give you that. Then they're going to reduce it by defense, and then it's going to modify it with things like brittle, birthright, etc. That's going to be one change in the game. Another one, renew, is going to actually matter more. Renew is going to be 1% max health healing per turn. Remember, you can have multiple renew stacks, so certain characters are going to have that. Scouting is going to be fixed. This is a really cool feature. You're going to be able to have as many of a particular character as you want possible. So if you want a team of 3 Jon Snows or 2 Daenerys's, you can certainly do that. If they make 8 Jon Snows, you can pick a team of 5 Jon Snows, the most used character in the game. You could go ahead and do that if you want. So the balancing changes have happened, and this is going to be every quarter. So just remember, I did mention a couple of months ago not to overinvest into characters, to stick to 4 to 5 stars on your characters, not to spend super amounts of money to go 6 and 7 stars, because balancing changes are going to happen. There are going to be nerfs and buffs. A guy like Dr. Death lucked out, and he got buffs on his Greyjoys. The Greyjoys are going to be an amazing squad, it seems. The Starks have been changed. Brittle is going to be different. The first part about Brittle is it cannot be removed. It's going to be 200% damage instead of 300% damage. In order to get to that 300% damage, you need to have 5 ice. So you can remove the ice stacks, which will reduce damage, but Brittle will remain forever for 200% damage. Now, you can't do gem damage. Gem damage does not affect with Brittle. It's just going to be for special abilities. So just keep that in mind. That is what's going to happen. It's still going to be 5 for Brittle. But when you remove ice, you're still going to be brittle. So many of the Starks have changed their abilities. I'm not going to go into that. The one thing that I am going to say is that Red Jon Snow is not going to be your dragon killer anymore. They are going to change his kit and his passive. So you are going to have to come up with your alliance, other ways to destroy these super strong dragons. Now, Zynga can be presenting a problem because people that are facing 9, 10 skull dragons, you get rid of the Red Jon Snow, make brittle, and hit hard with the greens. And now all of a sudden you have a bigger challenge. Not everybody has huge teams to face these dragons. So it is going to be challenging to see what's going to happen with the dragons, because if you don't kill the dragon, you don't get the good rewards. So that's that. Now, the Greyjoys have just raised themselves up as a super high tier faction in the game. The Baratheons have just raised up in their ability to be attractive for players. I am going to have to remake all my videos. I am going to have to make a new free-to-play guide. I am going to have to do a lot of testing on these teams and see exactly what is going on. The game has changed so much. It has changed so much. Resource management has become more important than ever. Again, I recommend do not overinvest. Do not overinvest in your characters. The Greyjoys are going to be interesting because they're going to have a combo system where some characters benefit from going first and some characters benefit from being the second ability in a turn. They are very fast too, and they do have a synergy now with the, what are they called? The Triarchy. Kragas and his dudes. Those guys have synergy. Read the patch notes if you want to get more information on that. But what I do recommend is with these quarterly balancing changes, have a backup team in mind. Let's say you have a super strong greens team. Well, next quarter, they could nerf the greens into the ground or change their mechanics and make them not as dominant. If you overinvest in a team and don't have a backup team, you are setting yourself up for vulnerability. So take a look at your roster and see what can I use as a backup team. If that happens, have a plan. Do not go super crazy over the stars and just focus on that. We also have Tower Mode. Tower Mode is a wonderful mode where we get to use a diverse group of characters to increase into the tower to get more rewards. And it's fun because it makes the game deeper. And also, with Tower Mode, you get good rewards. You get summon tokens, you get skill books, you get lots of good things. If we let's go to Tower right now. It's called the Crowns Challenge. That's where we're at. So we're at about 32 to 40 wins on these challenges. And you're just getting good amount of rewards just by playing it. Now you do have to have the factions that work with the particular challenge that you're going for the tower. So that's that. Work on your tower teams if you can. I am going to have to go back to the lab, so to speak, and go through the different factions and figure out who is going to be good for the free-to-plays. Because we have a new event coming. Yes, we have a new event coming. Let me go to my Discord. And go over there to the good old data mining section. And we have over here Rob's War, the new event that will be happening. Now, the rewards are going to be Rob. I'm going to get this wrong. Talisa. And it's going to be also with Red John, which is not as attractive, and Green Arya, who did get a buff in her damage and abilities. So that is good there, but this is going to be a new event. Now, what happens when you have 4 events? Well, I'll tell you what happens. You get a dilution of characters. You are not going to get as many shards for the characters you need unless you spend money. Zynga's smart and they know this, so they are making it where that is what happens. So these are what I'm going with. I want to give a special shout out to my VIPs. These are guys that are awesome, that are helping great things like the giveaways and supporting the channel. And if you want to be a VIP too, you can click on the link in the description and do so. Thank you, Sir Oliver Shin, Dennis Hammersley, Morinar, Hillary Goldstein, Ronan Ron Reacts, Jen Hunt, Andy Hazard, Zivitar, Torin McClure, and Don Shen. You are the 10. The 10. I am so glad to be back here in New York doing videos for you guys. I'm excited for what's to come. We have a lot of good content to go into upcoming. And when the patch goes live, we are going to be doing some testing. I might be doing a stream or two. We'll figure it out, but we're going to tackle this And don't worry, if you have Starks and you have invested high, everything is going to be okay. It's going to be different, but everything is going to be okay. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.